2023 will be so-called accumulation year for crypto in my opinion. And since 2022 was simply a bear market year, where you were supposed to take your time to dive deep into the small cap altcoins and do enough due diligence to find the next potential 100x gem, 2023 will be the year that we have to start slowly accumulate these crypto projects eventually when they are near their all-time lows. Of course I say near the all-time lows, because chasing the bottom should not be your goal, as it's simply close to impossible to catch it, and you will do just great if you buy near the bottom and sell near the top. But looking back at the last bull run, we can clearly say that Metaverse, DeFi and play to earn was the narrative that made a lot of people millionaires. And so, considering all the hype around ChatGPT, OpenAI, Midjourney and many other AI companies that literally skyrocketed at the end of last year, we can say that there is a very high chance that the narrative for the next bull run will be the AI crypto projects. And so I spent some time researching the space for the most promising ones, because this is how generational wealth opportunities usually pop up, and in today's video I decided to share with you some of the top 3 AI crypto projects that I found that I think they have a very decent chance to appreciate in value massively over the next years. But before I jump into that, I want to quickly clarify that nothing in this video is financial advice, and I do not recommend anyone to buy any of these coins. All I'm gonna do is just share my opinion, and the purpose is only educational. So with that out of the way, I'm gonna start off with the first one, and bear in mind that I'm not gonna dive too deep into these AI crypto projects, but I won't cover them briefly too, maybe something in between. This won't be a dedicated video about these 3 projects where I cover absolutely everything, but more of a summarized version of the most important stuff we need to know about them, like what they are all about, the team behind them, tokenomics, performance and etc. So let's start off with the first one, and that is Ocean Protocol. So the first thing that you see when you open up their website is this bold text that says data, the new asset class, and I completely agree with that, because if you think about it, everything that is around us is based on data. The clothes that shops are selling are based on people's preferences, aka data. Well, the successful shops of course. Car manufacturers are producing certain cars based on what people like or don't like, aka data. The biggest companies in the world like Google, Facebook, Apple and etc. are collecting all this data and selling it to third parties. So for example, they can target the perfect buyer for their product. It is not a coincidence that these companies are some of the wealthiest companies in the world. Data these days is everything, and unfortunately, these big tech companies are selling our data most of the time without asking for permission. None of them give you a penny for that, and of course the privacy goes out of the window as well. So Ocean Protocol is aiming to fix exactly that. So what they are basically building is, they are creating a marketplace where you can tokenize your data and make it in form of NFT and sell it in the marketplace only if you want to, of course, and all that while preserving privacy and of course making money. And like I already mentioned, the demand for data is huge, and data consumers like researchers, scientists, data analysts and marketers will be more than happy to pay for it, so they can access more reliable data that might have been previously unavailable or hard to find. Of course, the transactions within the marketplace will be made with the native token Ocean, which is one of its use cases, and staking will be available as well, which will incentivize holding. If I open up their roadmap, we can see that they started this project back in 2017, and they've been building it since then, which is 5+ years. And we can say that this is not some pump and dump scheme, but it's more like a legitimate project. They've managed to fulfill their roadmap so far, or at least since Q3 of 2022. It looks like they are stuck at their staking mechanism, but they've put a disclaimer at the bottom of their roadmap that software is sometimes hard to predict, which is true, but in this case our job is to keep an eye on their promises and make sure they stay on track. Also, their whole team is doxed, which is always a good sign, and they look solid as well. Bruce Pond is an experienced international project manager and current CEO of BigChain.db. Trent McConaughey is an experienced engineer and AI expert. Razvan Oltenau has more than 20 years of technical and management experience in senior roles, and Christina Pond is marketing director at both Ocean Protocol and BigChain.db. So if I quickly go to CoinMarketCap and check how the Ocean token is doing, we can see that the price data starts from 2019, and the price went all the way down to 1 cent at some point, but during the 2021 bull market it went all the way up to $1.75, and that's like a very modest 175x, and I never heard about this AI coin before. I just found it recently. Now, during the bear market, you could have bought it for around 12 cents, but currently the price is heading towards 30 cents. Of course, if you're interested in buying this coin, I will highly recommend you wait for the price to cool off a little bit, because you never want to get into when the coin is rallying. This rally won't last forever, and don't let the FOMO kick in and push you to make a wrong decision. As you can see, there were spikes over here as well, but the price eventually went back down again, and currently, even if it it doesn't go back to 12 cents or lower, it will go down to a certain level for sure, so wait patiently. You're gonna have a chance to participate if you really want to. So the next one on the list is Fetch AI. Fetch AI is a very interesting project because it combines the power of AI, machine learning and blockchains. The main selling point of this project is their autonomous economic agents that are powered by artificial intelligence, and they can perform different tasks like finding the cheapest airline tickets to a particular destination or selling an item online to the highest bidder possible. These autonomous economic agents are also known as digital twins, and they can be understood as a digital representation of some physical object. The concept helps create simulations and gather an understanding of the project's performance in the real world. Fetch AI uses artificial intelligence to automate processes in sectors including DeFi, shipping and transportation. Also, the supply chain digital twins can track and trace shipments, providing greater transparency using AI and blockchain. The Fetch AI technology is built with the Cosmos SDK for scalability and interoperability, which allows anyone to build and deploy decentralized applications on the Fetch network. When it comes to the FET token, it can be used by developers to deploy their digital twins on the network, and it can also be staked as it has use in the validation process of the Fetch network. They also have this thing called collective learning, which is also very interesting because it trains algorithms more efficiently by allowing multiple parties to benefit from much larger datasets without compromising privacy. So far, they have these three projects, and if we take a look at the first one, this one is called IEXC, and this is again machine learning, which uses the data to help you understand what you are doing well and replicate that success across your business, or what you don't do well, and of course make changes accordingly. Under the use cases section, they give three examples with finance and banking, healthcare and manufacturing. For finance and banking, more data would mean better analytics, which can increase the chances of fraud prevention, uncover new patterns and fraudulent scenarios. However, in terms of manufacturing, I can give you one great example of one of their partnerships with Bosch. As you can see, they have partnerships with Coinbase, Binance, Gemini, Bosch and etc. And the reason Bosch partnered with them is that they have this really cool feature called predictive maintenance, which essentially can help identify potential failures of machinery before they happen. So this thing alone can improve efficiency and reduce the cost of machine failure by a lot. There are simply so many use cases of this AI that is just insane. For example, their other collective learning project called Dabaflow is essentially a decentralized data sharing platform, and what this means is that let's say you want to transfer a file to someone, and let's take Google Drive for example. You upload the file to your Google Drive and give access and a link to the person you want to receive the file. But in this case, Google has your file. There is no privacy. Or let's say you want to share your location with someone and use Google Maps, or share your location with some other application from the iPhone Maps, let's say. You share your location, but Google or Apple will have your location as well. So again, there's no privacy, and we probably get more and more used to having no privacy and trust these big companies, but sometimes there are data breaches even within these big companies, and businesses can literally lose millions because of that. Now, I'm not gonna go in depth on how Dabaflow solves this, and you can go to their website and go through the explanation if you're interested. But the whole point is that, as you can see, they have a whole ecosystem of different projects that aims to solve different problems in different fields, and they are all under Fetch AI's network, which means they all grow together because of the collective learning system that allows building a shared machine learning model. And like I said, the applications are just mind-blowing. Another example is their DeFi liquidity management tool called BotSwap that can react quickly to market conditions, saving you from rug pulls or impermanent loss operation on your predefined preferences. And losing money in the crypto space is a very common thing, so prevention on at least one instance would be very welcome to anyone. And since I mentioned money, I'm gonna go to CoinMarketCap again and check how the FET token is performing. As you can see, the data for this token starts from early 2019, and in 2020 it went all the way down to 1 cent. However, during the last bull run it skyrocketed to 95 cents, which basically represents a 95x, and that is not bad at all, considering that I haven't heard anyone talking about this coin back then whatsoever. But during this bear market, the price dropped to 5 cents, and recently, again because of the hype around ChatGPT, the price went up 5 times measured from the local bottom. Like I said about the previous coin, I would not suggest anyone get into FET right now, because there will be a correction sooner rather than later, and you don't want to be the guy who buys the tops, right? So moving on to the last one on the list, and that is IEXC. IEXC is an open source cloud computing platform that allows for greater decentralization of the chain by providing instant access to computing resources on the cloud through an open marketplace on an enterprise level. This means that businesses can securely store any amount of data without having to spend money money on server infrastructure. Its goal is to create a fully decentralized cloud storage platform that combines the concept of cloud computing and blockchain technology, so it can create a powerful infrastructure that solves the limited drawback of blockchain on its own. Through its cloud computing infrastructure, which includes servers, databases, and web hosting, IEXC enables faster processing speed that can be utilized by any decentralized application. So in other words, you can use your computing power to rent it out, just like the way blockchain mining works, and that computing power will be used by businesses for cloud storage, and you will earn rewards in their native token, which is RLC, while you retain ownership and privacy. But apart from the computing power, you can also monetize applications and even datasets. IEXC can support applications in fields such as big data, healthcare, AI, rendering, and fintech. Their team also looks solid. They are doxed and have quite a few people on their team, and they also have this corgi on the team, which is a bit weird. I don't know why they put this dog on the team. Probably they have it in the office, or it's some kind of joke within the company, I don't know. But anyway, if we have a look at the founders, Gilius Fedak is the CEO and co-founder. Before he began work on IEXC, he worked in INR IA as a research scientist, as a postdoc at the University of California, San Diego, and at ATER at the University of Paris Sud. He has a PhD in philosophy and computer science. The other co-founder is Haiwu He. He also has a PhD in computer science, and he's the head of the Asia Pacific region at IEXC. Before that, he was a professor at the Chinese Academy of Science, an innovation transfer research engineer at ENS Lyon, the co-founder of IRENT CPU, a research engineer expert at INRA, which basically stands for International Nuclear Regulators Association, and also an assistant professor at Hohai University. So very solid team, I should say. If we take a look at the price of the RLC token, we can see that it's being launched back in 2017, and back then it made like 10x gains for the investors and eventually dropped all the way down to 15 cents during 2018 bear market. But after that, it spiked to almost $10 during the bull run in 2021, making around 65x returns. However, I want to mention that I don't like how the chart is looking, and I don't know if this spike to almost $10 in a few days was some kind of market manipulation or if it was legit, but you definitely want to see more stable price action. In terms of recent price performance, this coin gave the least amount of gains so far for the AI narrative pump compared to the others, and it made only 2x from the local bottom. Again, it is worth mentioning that I do not suggest anyone invest in any of these coins, and the only purpose that I make this video is to give you a heads up on a potential good crypto investment that you can eventually take advantage of at your own risk, and of course, deeper research is always required. I'm gonna keep making videos about interesting AI crypto projects and of course crypto projects in general, so make sure you click that subscribe button so you don't miss that out. Also, you can watch my previous video on how to make custom indicators on TradingView using ChatGPT to help you make better entries and exits in the crypto market so you can be profitable. Apart from that, I hope you guys enjoyed the content. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.